quickly. So moving on to two teams with some wild momentum right now, you guys.
Yep.
The Jags have won 7 games in a row, and the Texans beating the Chargers this weekend now on an 8-game winning streak. So we always say on this couch, it's about how you're playing in December. And they're playing some good football right now. So I need to know, TJ, Texans or Jags, which team is a bigger threat to the AFC?
Man,
I think now this is just me assuming, because they both are Broncos fans, TJ and Aqib Talib. You know, they both formerly played for the Broncos, and since the Jags beat the Broncos, I think they're gonna go with the Jags. But we're gonna see. And then they always were saying that the Broncos defense is #1. So we're gonna see.
I have to go with the Jaguars.
Really?
Man, I
Okay.
think they've
I'm
been
one
the
for
most
one-
consistent team besides the Broncos.
1 for 2 so far.
Throughout the season. They beat the Broncos in Denver.
He said they've been the most consistent team besides the Broncos throughout the season. The Patriots are 13-3, if I'm not mistaken. And the Jags won 7 in a row, but the Texans won 8 in a row. So I mean, I guess.
So they have that road victory against the top AFC team. And even though the Texans just beat the Chargers aren't the top AFC team. They split with the Texans, you know, home and away. And Liam Cohen, it goes to that Shanahan effect. You know, these coaches come in and they put their imprint on these teams, and those teams and those players start to believe in everything that the coach is telling them and everything that the coach is doing on the field. And I think that he has a great scheme coming into games, whether it's the Broncos against the Texans, against the Chargers, the Chiefs, and it just seems that they're getting those wins in clutch time. That's another thing. In the clutch, what are you doing? And I've been saying this for as long as Trevor Lawrence has been in this league. It's like, I don't believe in him. I didn't think he could get it done, but this year is like the Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson.
He looks different.
He looks like a whole different player.
Yeah.
He looks like the guy that was at Clemson in his freshman year.
That's a good point.
And I trust him more than I trust C.J. Stroud at this point.
Is this just because they beat you guys at your place?
It's on top.
I mean, saying that you trust Trevor more right now, I'm not mad at that at all. I really don't have no quarrels with that. But I genuinely think the Jags play calling has been better than the Texans. So, I mean, I think that's to be taken in account too as well. But, you know, I'm not mad at it.
With them beating us. No, but that definitely has, I mean, you come in the day.
Maybe Liam is what Trevor needed. I think we got to give it some time. They've been playing good over the last month roughly. Before that, I wouldn't say that they were consistently playing really good football. But as of right now, everything looked good. But I think we got to give it some time. We're gonna see. We're gonna definitely see, especially going into next year. But everything you know is looking good right now, like at the moment. Someone said last game CJ didn't handle the blitz well. If I'm not mistaken, I seen a stat that said CJ plays very well against the blitz. I seen that probably like last week. So I don't know.
Denver, and you beat the Broncos, that's saying a lot. Now, we didn't play our best game, but regardless, that's saying a lot, man. We're going to be the #1 AFC seed when it's all said and done. So you come in and beat us, man,
We're going to talk about that next.
Oh, we are?
We'll
My
see.
bad.
Yeah. Go ahead, Aqib.
Hey, I just to Buzz' point, man, when a team that won 11, 12 straight games, bro, they bound to have a off game. The scheme was...
Gotta watch all 22. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I do too. But I think it might have been PFF. It might have been some I don't know. But it might have been some other post. But I for sure saw something within the last week saying that CJ Stroud plays pretty well against blitz. But yeah. Liam Baker, elite. I don't know.
12 straight games.
About that next.
Oh, we are.
We'll
My
see.
bad.
I think when it comes down to a quarterback playing elite, you need a good play caller. Like those two things go hand in hand. Like a quarterback having an elite season typically benefits from good play calling. Like I think it's rare that a QB has an elite season with bad play calling. So I think you can't really have one without the other. Essentially, well, I mean, you can have elite play calling and you can't have a bad quarterback with elite play calling. Typically, at worst he's gonna play mid. But if he's good, he's gonna play up to the level of the play calling.
Yeah. Go ahead, Akeem.
Hey, I just to Buz's point, man, when a team that won 11, 12 straight games, bro, they bound to have a off game. The scheme was outstanding. We drew it up exactly how we wanted to do it. Run a 5-yard out, everybody gonna miss the tackle, it'll turn to 60 yards. Then we're gonna do that again. Like, come on, bro. The great game plan, I just personally ain't see all that. But
I mean, he got the one-on-one matchups. That's what it's about. It's about players making plays.
Running corner routes.
If your guy's not tackling, them 3 and 4 yards are going to go for 30, 40 yards. If I get my quarterback on the edge with an end and he's not disciplined to keep my edge, then it's a touchdown or it's a first down on third. Those type of situations happen, man. You got to give him credit where it's at.
And you know when they happen? When you get to winning 11 and 12 straight games. You know what I'm saying? That's when they get to happening. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly when that kind of stuff start happening.
PFF had Gonzo 43 out of all corners. Now the thing is they don't filter out the corners who only play like 1 game, 2 games, 3 games. So if you just go on a list and you count, then it'll give you more. Like you can kind of like filter them out on your own, because like the list will have all the corners in a row, but it's not it's not filtering out the corners that have not played 100 snaps or more than 200 snaps or things of that nature. So like the corner, like some of these corners, like their grade on a season might be accurate, but it's not. It like contextually it doesn't compare to somebody who's played a lot more snaps. Perhaps the reason Baker's game fell off. I mean, yeah, if you take an elite play caller, which I'm not saying that Cohen is elite, he might be good, but again, to be determined. With time, he's showing some good stuff right now. He's showing that he is good right now, but proving it takes repetition, and got to go out there and do it again, another year. But again, you take a good play caller away from a good quarterback, and you give him a trash OC, is going to look night and day, because the QB is not the one calling the plays. He got to just work with what he got. If this is a trash, mediocre, basic offense, and defenses can easily figure us out because of what the OC is calling, that it's not necessarily the quarterback fault. You got to just go out there and do your best with what you got.
To your point, Kenzie, I'm taking the team who ranked number 1
in
Reno
or Speak
yards,
Easy,
top 5 in passing yards.
I'm gonna go Speak Easy, but it's not a gap. Like Speak Easy, they be quick with it. Again, same night they streaming, same night of the game. And I think Acho be knowing what he doing, like with rage baiting on topics. It makes it more interesting. Shady is. I don't think Shady be rage baiting. I think he'd be serious, but they definitely make the videos somewhat entertaining. Got to get Baker a pass. He's been hurt. I give him some grace on that. I definitely give him some grace.
Top 5 in rushing yards, top 5 burst rushing yards, and the number 1 burst points allowed. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when Bud became such an offensive guru guy.
Yeah.
I don't know when it happened.
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know when
you
it
got to
happened.
work. When you on the gridiron, man, you got to get to know both
I don't know
sides,
when
man.
it happened, Kenzie.
But the Jaguars got the number 1 against the run. And if you can't run the ball in the playoffs, it's bad.
Hey, and Jacksonville, 30 takeaways.
Come on now.
Which is second in the NFL.
Talk about it. 30. Talk about it.
Usually, Bud ride with the best defense. The Texans got the better defense.
Yeah.
They do.
Overall, they do.
So Leaves going with the Texans.
Okay. Akeem Talib is going with the Texans. Interesting. All right. Interesting. Now I wonder. I'm stretching this. I'm stretching this. I could not be stretching it, but I wonder if TJ is going with the Jags just because the Broncos beat the Jags, and Talib is going with the Texans because he's salty that the. I mean, I said that backwards, but he's salty that the Jags beat the Broncos. Very curious. He was the OC in Tampa Bay,
Texans,
2024.
I'm torn on this, man. I went back and forth
you're
last
torn
night.
on all these.
Wow, so the Bucks hit on Cohen because he was a first time. Oh no, he wasn't a first time OC. He was an OC for the Rams in 2022. I thought he was a first time OC. Oh wow, so he was the offensive coordinator under Sean McVay. Let's see what the Rams did in 2022. I did not know this. They were third in the NFC West. They went 5-12. Oh really? Okay, but I mean, fair to say, I think this is the year that they had Matthew Stafford hurt, so they were struggling this year. Stafford was hurt. Baker Mayfield played. John Wolford played. Bryce Perkins played. Okay. So he got up out of there when they got him a offensive coordinator job at Kentucky. Let's see what Kentucky did. Kentucky 2023. They were 10th in the SEC. 2023 Kentucky Wildcats football team. Offensive coordinator Liam Cohen. They went 7-6. Interesting. Okay. I mean, if they put up points, they put up points. But it looks like that the Bucks hit with him. It worked out, and then now he a head coach and he doing his thing.
Right?
It's like
They need to let Travis play one side. They're not using him right. But like, how is letting him play one side using him right if all 4 years in college he played both sides full time? Like he played both sides in high school and college. Well, not 4 years in college, all 3 years in college. Excuse me. But all 3 years in college, he played both sides. Like, I think them trying to use him like a gadget is not using him right. I think you just let him go out there and play, and you let Travis tell you how he feels. Like, hey, Travis, you all right? You good? You sore? Do you need to come out to play? And then this is the pros, but that's like saying we should limit Caleb Williams because that's an example. If Caleb Williams won a Heisman in college, why are we not going to expect Caleb Williams to be a good coach? I mean, a good QB. Jaden Daniels did this in college. Why would we not expect Jaden Daniels to be a good QB in the league? If Travis Hunter did this in college, like why is it different for Travis? He did it in college. Why is it different for him, but it's not different for everybody else? Because nobody has ever played full time both sides in college. So that's fair to say if somebody else did it part time. Oh, it's the pros. You're not gonna do it in the pros. But he literally did it in college. So I don't see why it makes sense to say like he can't do it if he did it. And this is the reason why you drafted him number 2 overall. I want him to play both sides, but he's not dominant in the league at any one. But no rookie comes in and is dominant. That's rare. Nobody's dominant as a rookie. So I mean, he played good at cornerback. Nobody cooked him at cornerback. I didn't see a single game where he got cooked at cornerback. And when he got targets as a receiver, he played good as a receiver. I think their issue was that they take him out too much. They don't let him just flow. That's how I see it. He was under McVay. See, They want to play Texans, not gonna lie, because of their defense. It's gonna be an interesting matchup though with the Patriots and Texans if they do play. I think he could guard Collins, but to get guarded by Stingley. But it's like, how do you know if you don't? Because it's like this here. If Travis put up 1,400 yards in college, why are we gonna say that Ted McMillan could go against Stingley, but Travis can't go against Stingley? Like why? Like it just is like the narratives don't make sense. If Ted McMillan can go against Stingley, why can't Travis go against Stingley? If Travis put up the same numbers, if not better than Ted McMillan, you know. And I'm just using Ted McMillan as an example because we could say we could replace McMillan with Ibuka. We could replace Ibuka with whatever other rookie receiver, you know. If another rookie receiver did it, then why can't he? Why he can't? Sure hope Hunter dabbles on defense a bit. Traded up for him in an IDP fantasy. Dynasty. Oh yeah, that's good money. I think that makes sense to do. Again, because you don't draft him number 2, number 3 overall, whatever overall that they drafted him, just to play him on one side of the ball. And they even, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, they even came out and said that like, you know, their intentions was to play him on both sides. So just, you know, it don't make sense. Stingley then go guard Collins. But again, if he did it in college, why can't he do it in the NFL? Like you give the player the opportunity to show you that they can't do it. Because if he showed you he could do it in college, that's why you drafted him. You drafted Drake May because he showed you in college something that you saw that you felt like he could do in the NFL. You don't draft him and say, "Oh, you did this in college, but you can't do it in the NFL." That's not why you draft the player. It just is backwards. And like, why did you draft him then? You know, why did you draft him number 2 overall? What elite corners did he play in college? I have no clue. But who really looks at that on a? I'm not gonna say who really. Scouts look at stuff like that, but respectfully, Travis was making some crazy catches in college. He I'm not gonna say his entire highlight tape was full of crazy catches, but he made a lot of good catches. Like, he looks very natural playing receiver, very, very natural playing receiver. And again, watching him play corner, he didn't look bad. Again, I did not see a single game where he got cooked on routes. Did not see a single game where he was getting overly targeted, getting exposed. Overall, the snap that he took as a corner was good. And when he got targets as a receiver in the NFL, he played good. He gonna be gassed, but he did it in college. So again, I seen I forgot who said this. It was there were some NFL players. It was a podcast. I can't remember what podcast it was, but they said I digest so much content, bro. But they said it could be easier for him in the NFL because in the NFL you have so many commercial breaks that you don't in college. So it's like, if he was doing it in college, it just go back to, if you played 200 snaps in college in a game, why can't you play 200 snaps in the NFL? You know, and maybe we could decrease it a little bit, but you drafted every player that's on your favorite team got drafted because what they did in college, they want them to do in the NFL. Travion Henderson did not play linebacker full time and running back. He played one position. Travis is the only player that we know ever to play full snaps on both sides of the ball. You comparing corners that won't get drafted at all, this thing. Yeah, but you could say that, but like, look at Puka Nacua. Like, what elite corner? Puka Nacua went into the 5th round for a reason. What elite corners did he play? Are we really looking at that? We're looking at what he did. You know, what elite corners did Isaac Tesla play. He went in the 4th round. I'm trying to think of some late round receivers. It's not really too many coming to mind. Some late round receivers. But like, just because you didn't play against great corners doesn't mean that you're not going to be good in the NFL. Players get overlooked. Like, you can have talent and still, you know, who's a there are players who play JUCO in the Hall of Fame. There's one, I can't think of it. I think it's a DN. But you know, he was never a liability. His talent is different. Io Manor, he got cooked by Io Manor. I ain't gonna lie. But that was his sophomore year. He played. I didn't see him get cooked like that his junior year. So, you know, you ain't get cooked, so it's cool. But he definitely got cooked by Io Manor his sophomore year. But as well, they play calling was kind of trash. Like, they did not have him press on Io Manor at all in that game. He was playing off cover. They was giving Io Manor free yards. The defensive play calling was trash. They were literally doing the same play with Elick over and over and over again because the corners kept playing off. They did not. There was no defensive adjustments. Like, they didn't change nothing. They didn't bracket him. Nothing. They kept giving the same stuff, and it's like I'm gonna put that on Travis because Travis was guarding him. But if your coach is having you playing off and you just doing your job, and the offense is taking advantage of that, I'm not gonna put that 100% on you, but it is on you. Travis got burned by Io Manor and Kyle Williams in college, so it can happen in the league. But everybody get cooked in the league at least once. Everybody. Surtain, Quinion, Stingley, like, everybody gets beat here and there. But are you getting beat every other play? Are you getting beat every game? You're gonna give up some good plays here and there. But who are these players? Io Manor got drafted. Kyle Williams got drafted. You know, so it's like, okay, that's reasonable. Just because he went that low doesn't. A lot of teams don't know how to scout. I'm not gonna say a lot of teams don't know how to scout, but I don't think every team scouts as deep as other teams. I think some teams go way deeper in terms of scouting. You can always find gems in the draft. John Randall played at JUCO. It might have been him. He a D lineman, but I'm thinking of somebody else too. I think of a DN, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, that's one, and he in the Hall of Fame. He ain't played at JUCO. You got plenty of players D2, D3. You know, I mean, you know, he doesn't have to play comp, but you're saying because he did it in college, somehow he gonna translate to a better defense. I'm not saying he's gonna translate to playing better defense in the NFL, but he's competent. Like, if Travis was bad, we would have seen this year that he's bad. He played enough snaps this year to show us that he's bad. Let me see how many he played. He played enough snaps on defense this year to get exposed. He played 154 snaps on defense. That 154 opportunities to get exposed. And can we find a single clip of Travis getting caught on, like, mossed or embarrassed? I haven't seen that one. Gary Rice, almost Appalachian, small school. I think Antonio Brown went to a small school as well. I think he was at Jackson his sophomore year. Don't quote me. Nah. Travis played 3 years because Shedeur played 4 years. That's my point. He does good versus the players that don't get drafted. He struggles versus players that got drafted. So he got cooked by Kyle Williams. Like I said, I'm gonna give him some grace in the Colorado game. I mean, in the Stanford game, because the play calling was bad. It wasn't. It was not good, bro. They were. This is here. Check this out. is what they did. You see this coverage? They're playing this far off. Io Manor is out here out. He's farther out wide, and then they're throwing slants to Io Manor over and over again, bro. And they keep having Tavis line up off coverage. It's free yards. Outside, that's not the only big play he gave up, but he's getting credited for. The defense was making no adjustment. They were giving up easy stuff. But I mean, respectfully, again, I don't think he wins the best corner in the entire nation award if he was trash at corner, you know. Ted, Kyle Williams, and Io Manor. You saw him give up three touchdowns. All dogs. Io Manor was what, his sophomore year. Oh no. Yeah. Io Manor was his sophomore year. The junior year is most important to me because did you clean up anything? So I mean, I'd have to see it and have context, but you know, if he was not good on either side of the ball, we would have seen it. He played 154 snaps on defense. He would have got picked on. There are corners in the NFL right now who get picked on. Riley Moss gets picked on. I'm not saying Riley's bad, but he get picked on. He the most targeted corner in the NFL right now. Got 100 targets. Amik Robertson gets picked on. He got 90 targets. So if he was bad at corner, he would have got exposed. We would have seen somebody catch on him. They played the Rams. They played the who was they played Ted McMillan. You know, they played some comp. Trav was running stride for stride with Xavier Worthy. Technically fastest man in the NFL. Miles Bryant, I'm so glad he off my team. He buns. He on the Texans, right? I think he'd be missing tackles, bro. I ain't gonna lie, if that's what I'm thinking of. I think he number 25 on the Texans. Amik is on the shorter side. Riley Moss gets targeted because he's white. But bro, they're not gonna target you just because you're a short corner. They're not gonna target you just because you white. If you nice, you nice. You gonna get, like, if you putting clamps on people, like, you got good technique. If you nice like that, you nice. There are corners. Quinion Mitchell. There are corners who got. I'm trying to think where I was going with that. My brain just went two different places. Riley be holding. That wasn't my argument that about. Oh, well, yeah. Maybe you do be holding. I don't know. But you know, if you nice, you nice. You gonna get targeted. Or you're not gonna get targeted. You know. But I look at it like this here. If Bryce Young played good in college, why would we say Bryce Young is not gonna play good in the NFL? I think people look at it with Tavis like, just because he plays both sides, he's not gonna do it in the NFL. You know, we gotta see it first, you know, because you don't know somebody is a bust until they show you they're a bust. You don't know if this first round quarterback that y'all drafted is trash until he show you he trash. You gotta let him go out there and show it before saying that he can't do it, because you drafted him because of what he did in college. So you gotta let him show you he can do it. But to say he can't do it before you even give him an opportunity, I think that's backwards. Then it's like, again, why did you draft him? It makes no sense. It's contradicting. We drafted you top 10 as we drafted you top 3 as a two-way player to play you one side of the ball, because we don't know if you can play both sides of the ball, but we saw you play both sides in college. It's just backwards. It don't make sense. Teams overdraft. They do overdraft, but how do you know that they overdraft? Because the player goes out there and shows you that they overdraft. The player goes out there and you drafted a guy top 3, and he goes out there and plays trash. You can't call the guy a bust until he shows you he's a bust. If Tavis hasn't showed you he can't play both sides, then how is he? You know, I'm not saying you saying that he's overdrafted, but you can't say he's overdrafted, or you can't say he can't play both sides of the ball, because they haven't done it at all this year. They haven't let him play a full game at all this year to show that he can play both sides of the ball. You should be glad Myles Garrett doesn't get minutes. You'll be like, oh, Myles don't get minutes. Nah, bro, Myles, if I'm not mistaken, he started for us because we had some injuries. Bro, he be missing tackles, bro. If this is what I'm thinking of, yeah, this is what I'm thinking of. No offense to bro, but I be seeing him miss tackles, bro. Cause we got some injuries on defense. I guess he got benched this game because versus the Raiders he missed tackles. I think versus the Cardinals he gets tackles. He got nothing in this. He might have got benched this game. I could be wrong. Bryce so bipolar. Bryce is bipolar, but I think Bryce is talented though. Yeah, I think Isaiah hasn't found the right system. Oh, of course, bro. I look at it like this here. If I see a elite talent player go to nothing but trash systems, or to systems that are not competent, then it's hard for me to call that player bad. Like he could be bad, but he's also raw talent. So the best situation for him will be a coach that know how to coach, that know how to utilize him. And we see that all the time in the NFL. But he getting up there in age, so that window is closing. But again, you know, I don't think the narrative this entire season around Tavis, you know, when he was playing, was that he can't play both sides, or they need to only play him on one side. But I don't see how people can say that when, again, you got to let him show you he's trash before you just call him trash, or say he should stop playing receiver, or say he should stop playing corner. He got to show you that he's tired. He got to show you, he got to start getting exposed on defense, or he got to start getting locked up on offense. And none of those three things have happened. So until then, I can't really call it. He played wide receiver a good amount. Yeah, but how many targets did he get as a receiver? Parker Washington was getting more targets than him, respectfully. And he was let me see how many targets he got. Parker Washington, what's bro name? Brian Thomas Jr., De'Ami Brown. Let me see. He don't get open. Not going to throw to a cover receiver. So I don't know how, unless you just got elite speed and your scheme is crazy. I don't know how he was getting open in college to put up 1,400 to 1,300 yards. He had to be doing something right. Parker leads all Jags and wide receiver. Well, I'm gonna look. Let me see. Can I look by a certain week refinement standard? Red zone versus man team. I don't know if I could filter it to a certain week. I disagree with Tavis don't get open. I disagree with that. I need to see like factual proof that's happening consistently. Every receiver gets locked up a couple plays here and there, but I need to actually see that. That's really why earlier said they weren't giving him I don't remember them targeting him like that. Like he wasn't. Oh, you know what? I got it on my channel actually. Hold on. When I tried to post that, they blocked that. That's interesting. I just pressed the wrong thing. Myers came in and looked great and looked fine. And Jags, Parker's going crazy. Myers, he a vet though. Like I'm not gonna compare a 7-year vet or however long he been in the league to a rookie. And Myers has been good everywhere he's been too. So I can't really Travis Hunter. Let's see. Bro, when I tell you he's not even a priority in the offense. It's not that he's not getting open. He's not even being looked at in the offense. Not like at all. Travis is a great athlete. I don't think he polished at any position yet. I like him way more corner. Travis, he's a great athlete, but I think he has natural talent at receiver. To say he's not polished, I think that's somewhat fair. But watching film, they literally. What's up, football? How you doing, buddy? Almost seemed like Jacoby Myers' chill vibe helped T-Law. I think I think Jacoby just, he's what they wanted. They wanted a receiver who was reliable, who's proven, who, again, number one, again, I think just going back to the word reliable. Jacoby has been reliable. But this is versus the Texans and who's it? Xavier Hutchinson. Okay, let me focus on offense. Let me focus on offense actually. Receiver. One target. I think it might be safe to say that ball was underthrown. I'm not gonna act like this route was elite, but I'm not gonna act like it was bad either. But I think it's safe to say this ball was underthrown. That was good work by Kalen Bullock. All this space on the sideline. I'm not gonna say this ball was underthrown. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna act like Travis ran an elite route or anything. This is a good defensive player. This is a Pro Bowl caliber player. But all the space on the sideline, and he threw it behind him for the receiver to jump the route. Him at receiver again. It's only a couple minutes long. He wasn't targeted here. Let's skip that. That's defense. Skip that. That's defense. Another defensive clip. Another defensive clip. Another defensive clip. All right, receiver. Hold on. Easy money, broke a tackle. He could for sure develop into a great wide receiver, but no way they thought they were getting that out of college. But like you don't know until you get it. The Vikings didn't think that they were getting 1,400 yards from a rookie in Justin Jefferson. You don't know that until you get it. It's not expected. You can't, like, again, it just goes back to you have to see it before you label something on somebody. I can't call you trash until you show me that you trash. I can't say what you can't be until you show me that what you can't be. If you show me, but JJ was like that in college. Yeah, he was nice in college, but I'm pretty sure there are other receivers just as Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm pretty sure he was nice in college too, but why didn't he come out the gate with 1,400 yards? there's nobody that you can predict is gonna come out the gate and put up 1,400 yards, no matter how nice they are as a receiver. That's not normal. We don't see that every single year. The only two receivers to do that was in recent history was Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. But that's not a every year thing. Woody was like that in college. It's not an every receiver thing, you know. His catch versus the Chiefs was luck. He had a nice catch versus the Niners too. But I mean, even outside this film though, like I've watched film and you can go through these clips. These are majority of his snaps, and when he's on offense, he's not targeted. It's not about him getting separation. It's not about him running a bad route. He's not looked at. They're looking the other way. He's just a decoy. Majority of his snaps. So I can't say that, you know, again, I gotta see it before I could put a label on him. Playing in the SEC. I mean, you could say that, but again, it's plenty players. Let's see. I mean, I don't even gotta look that up. It's players who come out out of other conferences who make all pros, and you know they didn't play in the SEC. You know, Terrace Marshall, Woody. Let's see, rookie. All time. The all-time rookie receiving yards leader is Puka Nacua with 1,486. Did Puka play in the SEC? He did. BYU, if I'm not mistaken. First receiver yards by a rookie. Info history. Puka Nacua, Bill Groman, SEC, Anquan Bolden. But again, this is not normal though. I'm not gonna lie. This stuff is not normal. LSU is just different too. LSU is different. They got 4 receivers up here. 5 actually in the top 10. That's crazy. I can respect them being nice, but again, putting up 1,400 yards out the gate is just, you know, it's not normal. Garrett Wilson. There's some good receivers on here. Playing in a bad conference, you need way better stats to get noticed, so it's not surprising seeing them succeed in the NFL. Did you do all pro predictions or nah? Nah. I don't even think I'm gonna do that if I'm being honest, bro. Cause I like to do that. I'd want to watch film, and yeah, I don't want to just look at numbers and pick somebody who's all pro, because film is really gonna tell you the real. Way better stats to get noticed, so it's not surprising seeing them succeed in the NFL. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I could be wrong, but I don't think they assumed out the gate that he was gonna do that in college. See Jacoby Myers coming out of college. Oh, Puka wasn't a name out of college, but he still put up the numbers. But you know, though, situation is a thing, and I mean, let me see how many Tavis on his stats. He had 28 catches, game log. He had 8 targets one game, 6 targets one game, 2, 5, 3, 7. And then versus the Rams, he had 14 targets and he had 101 yards. Now, this is good. This is really good. I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt though, because they was getting blown out by the Rams. So partial of this was garbage time. But he wasn't getting crazy targets at all. 6 here, 3 there, 1, 3, 3, 4, 8, 6, 2. You know, he wasn't getting no crazy targets. $45 targets. And if you watch what, about half of these, they're like, the plays are either a screen or it's a 5-yard route. And it's you know, I don't think they were doing him justice at all at either position. Personally, I think they didn't play him enough at either position, but you know, to be determined.